kings and queens, guys and goddesses. So, I wanted to holler at y'all about something because it's really easy to, worry about what everybody else is doing when you're not fucking healing. So, when you do it while you're healing, it just, or even changing and growing, it makes it so much more. Just, it's already a lot, but it just makes it so much more when you're either comparing or worried about what such and such said because of a post you've seen or something like that. And it's just like, this happens so regularly. It's crazy. And it's so it's so funny because I don't know. I can't say that I haven't fallen victim to it because I have. I've fallen victim to it, but this is something that I constantly work on because they're not me. You're not me. He's not me. She's not me. And it's not going to be the same for everybody. So I came across this post and the caption was like, I love myself and how I treat my body exhibits that. And this was from one of my favorite guides, y'all, who educate the masses on how the things that they consume affects the human body or vessel. And I don't necessarily think that there was anything wrong with his caption, but to my people who are taking time to change their lives for the better, those comments were fucking me up. But it's really like this a lot. It's so crazy. We we have to be so mindful of our journey being for just specifically one person, you. How other individuals are living and the things that they are doing. I don't care if they are like a inspiration or a leader as far as the masses and they're seen in this light or whatever. It does not matter. It doesn't matter because that's not your journey. That's their journey. That's their life. That's not your life. And everyone's doing things differently. But celebrate the things that you're choosing to change. Be happy about where you are. Don't worry about where the fuck everybody else is. Doesn't matter where they at. Where you at? That's what matters. That's what's great. That's what you should be celebrating. And too often we come across these people who appears to be leaders and we allow the things that they say to make us be harder on ourselves, especially when it comes to delivery. Some of these people be talking like they ain't never fucking ate meat before. They ain't never been taking medicine. They ain't never got a shot before. They ain't never experienced trauma. They don't have bad habits. Like these people be talking like, this is me. I've come across spiritual people who hasn't healed from trauma, childhood trauma or bad habits. I've come across Moors who aren't familiar with spirituality, but they're educated in other ways that also involves being free. I've come across nutritionists who's only worked so much on their mental or their spiritual, and they are heavily into the things that they consume. Or spiritual people who doesn't know much about the system enslavement and so many other things, but we can't compare what we know or what they know to what they know and what they do, if that came out right. There shouldn't be any comparisons. I'm grateful to be able to work on all aspects of freedom from spirituality, to learning the system, to healing trauma, to my food choices, just overall learning, unlearning and relearning the things that I've been taught in every way, shape, or form. And this is mainly because I have children. I'm not gonna hold y'all. And I don't know if it was supposed to be set up like this, but I do know for a fucking fact that I started changing tremendously after I had my first child. And the pot kind of continued to boil over after that when I started adding more nuggets to the pot. Like, um, yeah, I've cut dairy, meat, and I do my best to stay away from processed sugars and chemicals. But I'm not a raw vegan, even though I know the importance. I'm just not there yet because there's a lot of foods that raw vegans eat that I wasn't eating prior to becoming um, plant based. So I'm more open to eating mushrooms now because I've been eating them more. Prior to, y'all, I hated, I did not like mushrooms. I'm not going to use that word because I don't like it. I didn't like mushrooms. But now I can eat them bitches every day, for real, for real. But that took time. Even just getting used to that different texture, that took time. So yes, I eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. I drink things that's more healthy for me. I've cut out pops, but occasionally I will still drink a Red Bull. That's horrible, and I know that. But I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Um, I'm just not there yet. I can get there, and I know I can do it. It's just I have to not only be more disciplined, but I have to also get used to eating a lot of foods that I'm not used to eating. I can do it, and I will do it, just because I know that it's important to take care of my body. So it's just like stuff like that, or I'm out of religion but into God, but I don't meditate as often as I can, or I I don't always say my affirmations. My connection with my higher self could be a lot stronger, but I'm not putting in the work for that to happen. And I know that. I'm aware. I'm aware, but I also have other things going on that I need to find more balance, and I'm aware of that. Or I've learned a lot of life lessons. I've learned a lot of lessons, period. But I can still fall back into bad habits that I'm working to get rid of. And that's literally just a part of the journey. Like, I've learned a ton of things about this system alone. And I am constantly working to apply those things to my life. But I'm not always consistent with that either. And I backtrack at times due to being misinformed. This is literally a learn as you go process. And the whole fucking thing, everything that I've just said is learn as I go. Learn as I go. Learn as I go and apply it to my life. But I am not perfect. And I think that people really need to bring more awareness to the amount that we can get caught up in what everybody else is doing. The point being here, I'm not perfect, and I am not as far as some of the inspirational leaders that I come across, but that doesn't mean that I don't love myself. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't love yourself. Yeah, they might have ate 20 watermelons today, and you might have just ate the one watermelon. Okay, you had a watermelon. That's great. We shouldn't allow compare our lives to others to become a habit that we keep. This is something that we all need to break because we do it. And it only keeps weight on our shoulders. Weight that we really don't want. We don't. And it's heavy. But you should surround yourself and follow people who are further than you, who does know more than you, who are doing the things that you want to do so you can learn. Be open to learning, but don't be so hard on yourself. We've been heavily conditioned, and it's a process breaking away from that conditioning. As are we supposed to do it on our own time, and nothing changes overnight. Breaking and creating habits take time. Just like the ones that we already have, experiences has made us who we are. But once we want to change or be better, it is up to us to do that work. And everyone can do that work. I don't care what nobody say. Everybody can do that work. Anybody can do that work. But you don't have to do things as quickly as the next person. Be happy that you're applying yourself, because many people don't. And that's just the sad truth. Many people don't, so it's just, why add more pressure because you're not doing everything that you could be doing based on what someone is telling you, even if it's somebody that you find inspirational and you know that these are things that you need to work on. Work on them. Figure out the way to implement these things into your life the best way that you can. But don't be beating yourself up. Don't beat yourself up. We also have to be mindful of the company that we are keeping. When you decide to change everything around you, that everything around you should represent that change. Again, at your own pace, but that is these are things to be mindful of, and these are things that are super important. Loving yourself includes not only being mindful of how you treat yourself, but also how other people treat you. And we don't always bring enough awareness to that. People don't tend to share the backtracking of changing. They present themselves in a way that they are better than others, as do they come off as judgmental. No one has room to judge anybody. Changing is challenging, and it's challenging enough as is. So to even attempt to keep up with people from social media or people that you know and you don't know what's going on behind the scenes, it just adds to that challenge, because these people are only posting what they want people to see. And that's something that I had to learn, especially even just being around people that I would view in a certain lighting, and then getting around these people, and everything don't always add up. But I shouldn't be looking to compare what they're doing to what I'm doing. Their journey is not my journey. I have my own journey. Um, and we need to just accept that it's not a competition. When competing is even a form of conditioning. Gotta outdo the neighbors, right? Gotta outdo the posts that we see online, right? And these are really the mindsets that we have and that we need to acknowledge and that we need to bring more awareness to so we can change them. So much comes with how we've been conditioned to live. And I'm talking a lot. Even competing. Because everybody want to outdo something. Why? Just live. Gosh, just live. Stop selling yourself so short and stop being so hard on yourself. Your journey is specifically for you. Nobody else. Nobody can tell you what it's going to look like, how you should be walking it, if you could be running. And if you are somebody that's excellent at just changing everything super fast, that's amazing too. But in my personal opinion, even if this is the case, a lot of people need to humble themselves because they're not even being true to who they really are by getting on social media or talking to people as if they are beneath them and they're these I don't know. I don't know. I've applied a lot of changes in my life, and more than anything, I've learned to not be judgmental. and to accept everybody where they are on their journey. That's when it comes to people not being able to be where you are, that's when you have to implement boundaries. That's when you have to set the tone for the people that you're going to be around, the people who have access to you. That does not mean talk down or look down on people who are not where you are. No, it ain't no bad blood, I promise. I love everybody and I wish the best for everybody. But at the end of the day, I'm moving on up. I'm moving on up to the east side. So yeah, I'm out here. So it's just like, with that being said, you know, we gotta do what we gotta do, but still we have to be mindful of the things that come with that, you know? But that's all I got. I love y'all. You guys are great. Don't be so hard on yourselves. Who cares about what the next person is doing? But you're gonna do what you can do. Alright, I'll catch y'all later.